Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 119-109 destruction of the Philadelphia 76ers. That's right, I'm amped up. We got our revenge against a team that knocked us out in the playoffs last year, and we did it in fantastic fashion. And our entire starting unit, our bench looked great. This was an all-around exciting game to watch. It was back and forth. The Sixers, they didn't roll over and die by any means, but the Raptors came out and the entire game kept their foot on top of the gas and got the best play we could ask for from our stars. So it was some awesome stuff. I see some people popping off in the chat. Everyone's already exciting, but folks, this is just a wild game. Before we dive into it, I have a goal for this podcast. And yes, we're always calling for like spikes, and yes, we're calling for everything, but we are so close, so close to the 26,000 subscriber mark. If we can get there on this video, that would be absolutely exciting. I think we're about 50 subscribers away. So if you want to watch this video, keep telling people in the chat to plug the subscribe button, hit that button. It would mean the world to me. But folks, let's talk about this game. The first player that we have to discuss, he's in the title. He's being most talked about pretty well every single game, and it's Pascal Siakam. This dude is out here balling for this Raptors team. He came into the year saying he wants to be a top 5 level player. Well, Josh and I in the post-game reactions, we've been breaking down every single game. Did Pascal Siakam play like a top 5 player tonight or not? And tonight, once again, not even top 5. He was playing like he's top 5, but I'm not 5 and I'm not 2. Whatever Drake goes on with, because he was absolutely phenomenal. Now, some people say, oh, Pascal was hot in the first quarter, didn't score much in the second half. What's going on there? Well, Siakam had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 13 assists, 7 of 16 from the field. Is that looking like a top 5 player? Maybe not for the box score, but when you look at the type of defense that he was going up against, the way he was able to dissect the Philadelphia 76ers, whether it be a zone defense, whether it be a double, whether it be a trap, whether it be their basic man-to-man, whether it was defensive stopper PJ Tucker on him, whether it's 7'12" Joel Embiid in the lane trying to stay in front of him, whether they had a guard on him trying to pick the ball loose, Siakam was having none of it. He was making phenomenal reads, and yes, he was electrifying in the first quarter. Couldn't miss a shot, and the jumper did cool off a little bit as the game went along, but man, when those double comes, he made impeccable, absolutely impeccable decisions this entire game. And that's the step. That's the step between a star, an all-star, even an all-NBA caliber player, and a guy that's a true number 1 option, a guy that can really take your team to the next level. It's, firstly, can you get easy shots? Can you make shots that fans say, players on your team just say, hey, that's a bucket for Pascal Siakam. That's a bucket for that guy right there. And he is certainly doing that to start the season. But really, it's when the defense focuses in. They lock in on you as a player. What can you do? Can you facilitate? Can you kick out? Can you not turn over the basketball? And tonight, 13 assists, right? That's remarkable in itself. But on top of it, only 1 turnover. You can't ask for more, folks. You can't ask for more from Pascal Siakam. Spicy P out here absolutely balling to start off this season against some really stiff competition. So throw some W's into the chat. It's absolutely popping out. Venture with Smiles, what's happening? I'm peeping the chat. Everyone is juiced right now because this is a squad, man. This is a squad. And to keep on Pascal Siakam, this dude, especially in the first quarter, the way he came out and played, the way he was just hitting shots, right? The Philadelphia 76ers tried to run the defense they ran on us in the playoffs last year. That was their strategy. They said, hey, let's give Pascal Siakam open jump shots. We'll live with giving Pascal Siakam open threes and open, shots there. From the opening possession, Pascal Siakam was out here laughing at PJ Tucker. He was staring that guy down. Really? You going to sag on me? You gonna sag on me, sir? Are you gonna come out here and disrespect my jump shot like that? Like I'm not some all-NBA player, like I'm not some guy that's gonna absolutely ruin your squad? He was giggling at them, laughing at the bench, staring at the team, calling out PJ Tucker himself, and he was hitting shot after shot after shot, and it was huge. It was huge. It was necessary for this team. It got us going early on, and I'm in love with Pascal Siakam's mentality, his game. He's none of those little tricks that teams used to play on him are working anymore. He is a legitimate, top 5. Obviously, it's a bit meme-ified, but he's literally playing at a guy that's above the level he was at last season, and he was an all-NBA player last season. So you can't get higher praise than that. I don't know what's in between all-NBA, third team and top 5, but he's definitely there. And, if this continues, if this keeps up, I know it's a small sample size. We need to see it for longer, but Pascal Siakam, man, throw some W's in the chat for Pascal Siakam being absolutely on fire. What a game all around for Pascal Siakam. And you know what? He wasn't even our leading scorer in this one. That goes to none other than the star boy, Gary Trent Jr. Yes, the man that ended up hitting a game winner or a game dagger shot in our most recent outing against the Miami Heat. But Gary Trent Jr. was coming out and shooting the lights out. That form, that high release, had 27 points in this game. And, the rest of the box score didn't need to assist, didn't need to get the rest of his game going, but you can look at the box score there. Obviously, Pascal discussed his scores, but 27 points for Gary, 2 assists, or 2 steals, and nothing else. He was a hired gun out here tonight. Gary Trent Jr. was catching that basketball no matter where he was. Mid-range, deep, whether it be a floater with Embiid on him in the lane, whether it be contested. He just had the utmost confidence in his jump shot tonight. You hit a game winner, you're going to be feeling good about yourself coming into this one, and he was shooting shots on top of everything. So, that's what the Raptors need. And the Raptors have been at the top of the league in terms of three-point field goal efficiency this season, which paired alongside the level of defense we're playing, paired alongside the speed at which we get up the court, now with Fred VanVleet's added playmaking, Pascal Siakam's added playmaking, paired alongside our ability to just somehow switch defenders. Right? What happened in the playoffs? We were getting bullied down the lane by guys like Joel Embiid and all that sort of stuff. And, the foul baiters, right? Joel Embiid and James Harden. They were even getting their calls tonight, but you know what? It's not going on fouls like Pascal and Fred VanVleet this year. No, we can throw a healthy Kem Birch at these dudes. Let them sink in 4 fouls. Let the refs blow those whistles and, get the air out of their mouths and get it, out of the way with these ticky-tack fouls on Birch and Christian Koloko coming in, right? And Koloko, Birch, we have some size out there to throw out and throw out some length. And coming off the bench, it is extremely useful to have that sort of depth. Again, you're playing against the foul baiters in Joel Embiid and James Harden. You need a few bodies who can just go out there, get you 4 fouls in 3 minutes. Let the refs sink their whistles and let it happen. So I thought Embiid, Birch gave us some solid minutes there off the bench, just doing their things, right? You don't ask too much from them. Koloko actually I'll dive into a little bit more, but yeah, that's what's happening. And then we also have I gotta give praise to this dude because he's kind of been overlooked, I feel like, from the start of the season. But Fred VanVleet, Gary was clutch for us in the most recent outing, but Fred tonight, Pascal Siakam's jumper went away from him a little bit in the fourth quarter. Fred was knocking down some well-timed, some Kyle Lowry-esque timed shots. That's what Fred VanVleet was doing for us in the fourth quarter. A couple of them, one of them was a nice little step back, hand in the face of Tyrese Maxey, who himself went on a little run down there in the fourth quarter, saw if he could channel some of that playoff magic and try to win them this game. But Fred VanVleet answered immediately, said, I'm not playing on one leg this go around like he did in the playoffs last year, right? Knocked down that 3 down the stretch. And then Pascal Siakam, as he did all night, drew 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th defenders. And then said, you know what? I'm going to make a good decision. Kicked it out to Fred, who was ready to hoist that thing up. Let it fly from about 2-3 feet behind the three-point line, and the game was done. It was over for those Philadelphia 76ers teams. You love to see it. And Fred, just all around, man, has had a tremendous season. And tonight had, in this game, 15 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. And when I say blocks, these are not just random weird, poke balls and stuff. Fred VanVleet is getting into the mix of things. He's getting down and dirty down there in the paint and saying, I'm swiping that ball away from not just DeAnthony Melton, not just Tyrese Maxey, not some small dudes out there. He's blocking Joel Embiid. He's being a presence down there in the lane, being a rim protector, absolutely killing it for the squad. So that's positive. That's what we love to see from Fred VanVleet. And man, this team healthy, with that bench, with Boucher back, with Scottie Barnes back in the lineup, right? We haven't even given away that award. We haven't even been able to dish this thing out. We have so many guys to talk about. But Scottie Barnes, tonight, the Scottie Barnes Award, it's going to the guy that absolutely crushed it in the dunker spot. The glue of the team in this game against the Philadelphia 76ers. As everyone knows, this the criteria, this award is fluid, but it's going to Scottie Barnes, who in this one just didn't force his game whatsoever. He had him beat on him for a large chunk of the night. Hit a 3 early, but wasn't forcing the jump shots after he missed a couple. He said, you know what? I'm going to play that Draymond Green-esque role. I'm going to cut into this dunker spot and take advantage of the overhelp we're seeing from Pascal Siakam. Put my target up, and he was catching some, Pascal has to thread the needle in some of these passes. And Scottie Barnes was catching them, getting to the right places, getting open, and that's just as important, right? As a guy that lives off making passes myself when I play, as a big as your teammates, you need to get to those spots for the passers to actually, pass it to you. And Scottie Barnes was getting to the exact perfect place, to just dunk that ball down, to finish in the lanes. He made some tough finishes underneath the rim, had a couple nice little mid-range sort of floater things, and in this one for old Scottie Barnes had, again, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and did a really good job. He was the primary defender on Joel Embiid tonight, and I know he's outmatched in terms of size and weight and all that sort of stuff, but the aggressive defense he played without fouling, that's what we love to see. That's what we love to see from Scottie Barnes out there, because he was getting into Joel Embiid's grill, so he couldn't immediately turn around and ISO and post up. Because Joel Embiid, for his size, is pretty nimble on his feet. He can quickly catch that ball and go to the rim if you're playing off him. But he forced Joel Embiid to get in his triple threat, to wind up with that shoulder he loves to throw into people, and then flop back, right, if everything's rocking out, right? Like, gave him time, and then the second defender was able to come over. And I saw someone on Reddit post, is Nick Nurse in the hot seat? Is this a big stretch for Nick Nurse because he runs 2 complex defensive schemes and stuff? No. Nick Nurse should be will never be on the hot seat for the Toronto Raptors unless he starts running around the court and just tanking. I don't know what Nick Nurse would have to do. Some egregious stuff that might get this video demonetized just went through my head, but Nick Nurse will have to do some crazy things in order to get kicked off this team, right? Like, he's not fired. He's not on no hot seat because he's run 2 complex defensive schemes. He is out here executing stuff that completely took Joel Embiid out of this game. And we don't even have a guy that's over 6'9", 6'10", with the exception of Christian Koloko out there in the lineup for most of this game. All credit to Nick Nurse, all credit to Scottie Barnes, all credit to this entire team for executing properly our defensive schemes and out here not being baited by those foul baiters in Joel Embiid and James Harden. We came out here and crushed it. We worked this game. We love to see it. I'm also going to plug, we're almost at 26,000 subscribers, folks. So we got 400 people here in the chat. If we can hit that 26,000 subscriber mark by the end of this video, that would be amazing. It would warm my heart. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's get that push. Comment section, chat section, get everyone hyped up for the 26k subs. Let's see if we can get it on this live stream. But we have more players to talk about, and one dude that has been discussed positively, negatively by some fans over the past, but certainly a topic of discussion in the first 4 games of the season, is OG Anunoby. And tonight wasn't passive at any point in this game. This is exactly the level of the type of game we want to see from OG Anunoby. Playing stifling defense, coming out there and clamping people up to the absolute max. I know you're never going to completely stop a guy like James Harden, a guy like Embiid when you're switching on to him. Even a Tyrese Maxey is pretty quick. But my goodness, OG Anunoby plays as good a defense as you can ask for a guy, even with 3 fouls early on in the second half. I think he didn't get his 4th foul till very late in the 4th quarter. Just disciplined on defense, mobile, and has that 250-pound strength. Can't get bodied by anyone. But that's never been the question with OG Anunoby. It's how's he doing on the offensive end? Well, in this game, 15 points, knocking down, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, knocked down 1 3, 6 of 10 from the field, but didn't force his game. Had the matchups when he got that ball in the lane, when he needed those drives, when we needed those sort of buckets when they were playing off. I'm focusing too much on Pascal, focusing too much on Fred. OG Anunoby stepped up, scored for us, was efficient, and made a really couple nice takes. I know his isolation games we've even discussed on this channel haven't looked up to standard, in the first 4 games. Tonight, had a couple of really nice drives, had a couple of really nice finishes, used his size and strength to get to the rim, dunked that thing down. Absolutely loved to see that from OG Anunoby. Being confident out there, discuss all the starters. We also got to get a little propaganda going, because this guy was dominant in the playoff series we had against the Philadelphia 76ers. Tonight, not going to jump off the box score at you anymore that much, but when he was on the court, the Raptors were winning. And the starting lineup, if you replace Precious Achiuwa with Scottie Barnes, is currently the best defensive lineup in the NBA, according to defensive efficiency. So, it's an extremely small sample size. It probably changes day by day. But Precious out there on the defensive end was doing what Scottie was doing, but a little bit bigger than Scottie, a little bit more suited to be guarding bigs like Joel Embiid, was cutting down those lanes, was extremely confident, they did kind of dunk it. It was kind of like not a thrunk, but you're up dunking it. Wasn't as enforceable as he thought when he went up there, but absolutely took it to the rim on Joel Embiid, which is an exciting play to see. But in this game, he came out here and had 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. You love seeing that passing from Precious Achiuwa, a bit of that Pascal Siakam facilitating is rubbing off on him at that point, right? That's it's the propaganda's getting spewed on every single podcast, and we might have to get the bench propaganda going, because everyone's down in the dumps about our bench, but we haven't been healthy. And I think the most reliable guy off our bench in terms of getting buckets, I think the most steady guy will be Otto Porter Jr., but I think our most reliable to get us 10 to 15 points a night will be Chris Boucher, who himself, you see what he does for our bench unit. He comes out in the game, immediately knocks down a couple three, or knocks down at 1 3 at least. I think it was a couple, right? He spaces that floor. He's always confident in shooting that basketball, and you don't lose anything. You don't lose anything on the defensive end when you throw out Chris Boucher, right? This dude is out here with those long arms, playing his first substitution. He was playing shooting guard. Nick Nurse is always trying to run different weird lineups, and for the first bench stint, he ran Gary Trent Jr. as the de facto guard, even though Siakam was like the point forward in that lineup. Chris Boucher at the 2, Siakam at the 3, Precious at the 4, and Christian Koloko at the 5. We are going to be getting some weird lineups, especially when Otto Porter Jr. comes back as well. That's going to be absolutely amazing to see what Nick Nurse is able to do. No Malachi Flynn in this game as well off the bench. We got to see a bit of Delano Banton, which I know some fans are interested in. We'll leave that for the end of the podcast, but overall tonight, that was an absolutely remarkable performance for this team, just diving into each individual player, defensively and offensively. And it's not like the Sixers came out, rolled over, and died. They're a team that's 1-4 now. They desperately needed this win, and they were playing like it. They were knocking down shots. They finally got some production from a couple of the new guys they brought in, specifically Melton. So this was a recipe for a Sixers win, and the Raptors were having absolutely none of it. So big moves for the Toronto Raptors, but let's swing into the segments. And tonight, the spicy play of the day. And boy, there are a bunch of moments that this could go to, but the first one, it's going to the Rook. We had 3 Cameroonian players tonight, and we had a fellow countryman from Cameroon, Joel Embiid, go up against his fellow countryman and Christian Koloko. Actually, was it? No, it was Maxey. My apologies. Koloko was defending Embiid as his primary defender for most of this night, but Maxey went in. He's so quick with the basketball. Maxey it sucks that he's on the other team, but he's a very fun player to watch. He's not like the foul baiters, right? We have the ethical bucket getter in Pascal Siakam, right? He gets those ethical 30 pieces, right? They have the unethical, the foul baiters, Joel Embiid and James Harden on the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey isn't one of those guys. He's quick. He gets his buckets ethically as well, I'd say. But he went in for the lane, got a little dunk, and Christian Koloko, man. Boy, is it nice having a little rim enforcer in there. And while Christian Koloko is still a rookie, he's still going to have his growing pains. He's a trustworthy player out there on the court. And he's trustworthy to roll over, get in the help side and absolutely swat a quick athletic guard at that rim. Just coming over on that help rotation. That was you see the potential in a block like that in Christian Koloko. And tonight, his performance, 4 points, that 1 block, the 1 steal, 4 rebounds, 4 fouls. But I'm in love with this guy's potential, this guy's game. That was a tremendous play there for Christian Koloko. We also had Pascal Siakam. I threw up the graphic at the beginning of this one, but the way he was absolutely toying with specifically PJ Tucker, that was hilarious. The way he was just laughing and giggling at him after every 3. It's a marvel to watch. Pascal Siakam work like that. And then, obviously, Fred VanVleet hitting those clutch shots. You can't ask for more from this Raptor squad. And that block, that specific block he had on Joel Embiid. Lots of exciting plays tonight in this one. But not all plays can be the spicy play of the day. And some just make you say, oh, geez. And tonight, the OG's play of the day. First one, I got a couple of OGs in this one as well. It's going to OG himself. It's not for his. It would have been easily the clear, the one, the only spicy play of the day if it wasn't for those foolish referees. It wasn't for that foolish Joel Embiid. And if you got your channel members in here, throw that crying Embiid emoji out here in the chat. But he got a steal, and then he came down the lane. He came down the lane and threw a gorgeous no-look. He just trusted someone was behind him, behind the back pass, and got tackled by Joel. You know, Joel had another moment. I'll talk about that after. But, you know, got fouled by Joel. Passed off to Scottie. Scottie had the bucket. The whistle felt like it was blown after the ball was in the rim, but they called it one of those take fouls, the clear path foul that they added this season. So we got the free throw and the basketball back, but an assist like that, don't even call the egregious foul by Joel Embiid. Let that play simmer, referees. Let it happen. Let Scottie Barnes finish that basketball, because I was saying screaming OGs at my screen because that was unfortunate. We got Paul Blunt throwing in those Joel Embiid crying emojis. We love seeing those crying emojis. Paul, whatever channel members we got in here, spam those crying emojis this entire podcast because we love to see it. And Sixers fans are going to hate us seeing hitting 20K subs to 26K subs tonight. But man, this is that was a huge that was an OG's play in this one. And there's another one that obviously I discussed in the spicy play of the day. Pascal Siakam was rubbing it in to PJ Tucker. I keep bringing up this graphic, laughing at the dude, lols, LOLing, lamowing at PJ Tucker. And PJ Tucker at the end of this game, down 10, the game was essentially out of reach. Tried to selly back. He tried to selly back to Pascal Siakam while his team is losing, while his team is down. What are you doing, PJ Tucker? And I don't know, man. I know he's a former Raptor. I know some Raps fans got love for him, but man, that dude's goofy coming out here against Pascal Siakam, trying to do that sort of stuff. Silly stuff from PJ Tucker, making me say, "Oh, geez, the cringe." With the cringy threw one of those up there. I don't know if it was what his celly was something like that. I don't know what he was doing, but try to get under the skin of PJ Tucker. It was silly stuff, but. We got some fun golden kazoos to hand out tonight. The one, the only, the infamous, the Paul Pierce golden kazoo for worst moments of the night. And the first one, I love Paul Blunt throwing in the crying Embiid emojis we got in there because that needs to be spammed. Because Joel Embiid feels like he hasn't sprinted. And to be fair, I've been watching Joel Embiid closely. I got him on 2 of my 3 fantasy teams. Right, I think he's good for stats and all that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to see if he's playing well, see if I should flip him, see what the deal is. But Joel Embiid's getting a golden kazoo tonight because I don't think I've seen him run in the first 4 games of the season. He's a little bit out of shape, a little bit clunky, but decided to sprint on one moment where OG Anunoby clearly stole the basketball from him, picked his pocket from a pass. You know, the ball was there. OG getting the steals, even with 3 fouls, running down the lane. Clearly, OG Anunoby's way faster. Joel Embiid decided to take his 150 pounds of body, sprint at him, and while OG Anunoby's in the air, he did make a play at the ball. I'm not calling it dirty. I'm not saying he tried to enter him, but why is that the play you're running for, man? Why are you, while you're already behind him, while he's in the air, you're not going to be able to stop yourself? Why are you trying to stop that dunk there? It's stupid. It's stupid. He went up there, and then OG Anunoby landed really. His leg, it became normal on the replay. It ended up looking fine, but in real time, it looked like he almost Kevin Weird'd his leg. It scared the crap out of me watching that live. So, OG Anunoby, man, thank goodness he was healthy. But I'm throwing a kazoo there for Joel Embiid. That's what's happening. And Tom M saying, I don't know that Joel Embiid is over the plantar fasciitis yet. Well, he was over it on that sprint down the court, man. He was over it on those on sprinted down the court. That's what's happening. We got a super chat coming in. First super chat of the night from KR. Where Riker been? And KR chat, I've put it out in pretty well half of our videos. I don't, at least especially since the season's begun, I don't know where Riker is. He's been ghosting my texts when I ask him to meet and stuff. So I think he's taking a break. He's relaxing. He's chilling out. Everything's all good. He's alive. Chat, whenever we see, I did a rant on it in like one of our most recent videos, like just letting everyone know what's going on. Like, Riker's good. He's all right. So revert back to like our third last video where I literally started the first minute of the vid talking about where Riker is. He's taking a break. We'll see what ends up, what's coming of Riker. But yeah, no, so yeah, that was definitely a golden kazoo of the game tonight. The next thing we're discussing, the next golden kazoo I want to throw out there is just the Philadelphia 76ers in general. They invested a lot of money in some guys that they brought in this offseason. PJ Tucker, $10 million per year for the next 3 seasons. DeAnthony Melton, they gave up a first-round pick for this man. Now, to be fair, he was all right in this one tonight. He came out and, what was his stats? 12 points, 5 assists, 3 steals. Not bad in this one, but definitely not good in regular games. Like the first 4 games of the season, not looking too hot. Daniel House Jr. gave him a contract as well. James Harden took a pay cut to bring these dudes in. And with the exception of Melton tonight, they're looking like scrubs. They're looking trash. PJ Tucker is looking washed right now, getting bodied, getting embarrassed by Pascal Siakam. What is going on down there in Philadelphia? They're 1-4 to start off the season. They're getting worked by us, and I feel confident going into the next game as well. Right? That's tough. That is a brutal look for Philadelphia. They're definitely going to be spamming crying emojis in there. And Doc Rivers, man, the Sixers, I know they like to rest Joel Embiid at times in the fourth quarter, so he comes back in fresh and stuff. But it felt like I didn't keep my eye on it probably as close as I should have. But Joel Embiid felt like he sat a way larger chunk of the fourth quarter than he really should have been. The Raptors are going to win this game regardless, but if you want to make that comeback, you want to make those plays. I don't know if you should be having PJ Tucker in there in crunch time, in the last 7 minutes of the game over Joel Embiid, who can score at will really when he puts his mind to it. Like, obviously, we're going to play as good a defense as possible, but keeping out the MVP candidate, that's silly stuff. That is silly stuff on that front. But man, that is wild. That is crazy. But folks, let's swing in the final alarm. Let's see what's happening. Okay, the final alarm animation is it's not popping. It's been glitching out. This one, I think I switched it for a button. But let me hear what you guys have to say about this game, about this like. And you know what? We only have I don't know. I can't see how many likes we got. The like spike. We're not worried about likes tonight on this podcast. And Harrison, shout out Harrison, channel members throwing in the Joel Embiid crying emojis. Love to see it. But we're on that road to 26,000 subscribers. We might be able to get it in the video here tonight, folks. I'm gonna pull up the studio beta on the live screen here, and we're 56 subs away. We're 56 subs away. We got 442 people in this chat. I'll go crazy. I'll get the balloons rocking when we get to that number. I'd love to get it on this channel. So if we can hit that sub button, mean the world to me. Not sure if we're gonna get it. I don't know how much we're spamming up. I just peeped the numbers, so appreciate it all. Well, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this game. And I see a couple people ideas saying Doc is on the clock, folks. How deep into the season, if the Sixers continue to underperform, do you think Doc Rivers will be fired? Like, when do you think that they have to fire him at that point? Like, what's happening? I know Doc Rivers, I think he has become an underrated coach, but you got 2 MVP candidates. James Harden has been playing well. I know he doesn't have really have a bench. He had the Ben Simmons drama to deal with. Part of it was instigated by himself. Is he on the hot seat, folks? Yes, no in the chats. That would I'd like to see what people's thoughts are on that there. We got William Harrison saying, "What's up, Doc?" Love that. But Koloko over Embiid. Couldn't agree more. Raptors fans, Drake's his. Not sure what that means. But Raps Celtics in the conference finals. And William, I definitely think we're making that conference finals. I'm saying top 3 seed this season, and whether it's the Bucks or the Celtics, whoever faces off, I think the Bucks are better than the Celtics this year. That's just my take. But I'm confident the Raptors making that spot. That's what we want to see. And James Welsh saying 25.9 subscribers is huge. See what we're updated at. I don't know how. We got 3 subs since I went on that little rant, so I appreciate that stuff. But Doc really applying for a new coaching job. I'd love to bring Doc in as an assistant if that happens, but definitely Nurse over a Doc. Poop over Raptors. Not agreeing with that, not Nancy. And Doc is a bad coach, James Welch. That's definitely the take going on. But we have a super chat coming in from Tom M, saying, in my opinion, the Raptors have turned a corner in understanding their roles, and it was nice to see the pace of play in the first half. More of that. And that is, couldn't agree more. The Raptors were going out in transition. I feel like the one critique I would have on Fred VanVleet's game overall, just like a style of play in general, sometimes he tends to slow down the basketball, but I thought there was a concerned effort at especially this game and more so this season and pushing the pace, and Fred was doing that a little bit more than he usually does tonight. And obviously when we give the ball to Pascal Precious, Scottie Barnes especially, we run that floor, but I feel like if our floor general Fred VanVleet, if it starts with him, if he really starts pushing the pace and getting down the basket, passing up to outlets and stuff, that will be a huge plus. So nice observation there, Tom M. Couldn't agree more with that front. But Predator Kingdom is saying, Doc, you're fired. Definitely could be the case. It could be coming in soon. But Doc use. Love the puns. I love the memes. But not Nancy. Philly really better than the Raptors. Yeah, 1-4 looks really better than us. But we have a super chat. Another super chat coming in from Pain Causing Samurai, a legend, back in the chat, saying, torn between feeling bad for Embiid for the constant health issues and remembering how much of a jerk he was to Nurse and the Raptors' last playoffs. You know, I get roasted on here occasionally because I actually don't hate Embiid. I think he's one of the funnier dudes in the league. I love the memes. I'm all here for the guys that kind of joke around, and it sucks when it's against your team, especially when you've lost, and the back and forth stuff. But he does seem like a dude that's doing it more so for fun rather than just being, you know, a total meefus, a jabroni in the sense. He just gets caught up in the mix, but it's fun. It makes it fun to go back at him. It's a fun guy to sort of trash on. Like Paul Pierce, Bradley Beal early in his career, they just seem like, I'm trying to find the right words, find the right vernacular, but guys that I wasn't fans of, guys that I just really didn't like. But Joel Embiid just seems more goofy, like fun memes, fun chirps and stuff. I don't know if I'm talking crazy, so it's fun to go back at him with the goofy memes and the crying emojis in the chat. Love the channel members posting all of that stuff. But KR coming in with the super chat saying, spacing, size, energy inspires the tactical hero ball. And man, that's how the Raptors are playing, man. And with the 3-point shot, the 3-point shots going down, with the spacing especially to jump on that point, the lanes are just so open. They're so open. And then when we have Pascal Siakam making his drives, making his moves, they have to throw 3 and 4 guys into help side rotations and stuff, and he's picking them apart defensively, right? We're effectively cutting. We're big enough to cut into those dunker spots and catch that basketball, immediately throw that dunks down, right? That's what we want to see out of this Raptor squad. That's how we should be playing. And this is the vision for Masai Ujiri. So we love seeing that happening. We got a Sixers fan in the chat saying, Raptors was in the playoffs last year. Oh, wait. We were in the playoffs last year. And, you know, we were playing without basically our entire starting unit. We took you guys to 6 games. It's tough, Philadelphia. Throw some crying emojis in there for the old Sixers fans. But we got another super chat coming in from Saul Basketball saying the Pascal and Scottie chemistry was so wholesome at the end there, and couldn't agree more. That Pascal Siakam, you know, it's crunch time. Some people might be roasting the Raptors for running up the score at the end, but when it's within 5-6 points, you score with 30 seconds left because you completely put the game out of reach. And Siakam ran the lane, did a nice little handoff to Scottie Barnes, who got an and one. You know, put an extra couple stats up there on the box sheet, but you know, they gave a nice hug. Scottie Barnes, he's a hugger, man. Loves hugging his teammates. I gave a nice embrace there. I just love our team. And I just made a video on Kevin Durant, the rumors and stuff, and the potential for if the things go south of the Brooklyn Nets. Definitely check out that video. I thought that was a good video. And usually when we post before a game, the videos end up tanking, but that one was doing pretty well. Definitely check that out after if you, you know, guys are interested in that in our content. But Scottie Barnes, Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Fred VanVleet, Precious, Boucher, everyone that's out there on the court, man. They're all just, it's a fun group to root for. And KD, as amazing as a starting lineup of Fred VanVleet, Kevin Durant, Scottie Barnes, Pascal Siakam, the way he's playing, and Precious Achiuwa would look, And it would definitely be better. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't do the deal. This team, I feel like would be even more fun to root for. I might be crazy. I might be talking wild out here, but that's what's happening. That's what's happening. I love this Raptors team. I love this Raptors team. And you know, not Nancy's a troll. I love going at other teams' fans when they pop in the chat. But I love this team. Couldn't agree more. KR. James Welch is saying, Welch, I can't speak right now. I could see Morey bringing in his man D'Antoni. I really think they should. Like, D'Antoni's a really good coach. Like, I know he gets memed because he hasn't made it to the finals and stuff, but the way he just takes an offense to a whole nother level, it's only like 5 coaches in the league, I'd say, are like all around better than the dude. He's constantly making teams overperform, bringing them to conference finals. And if you look back, especially his tenures with the Rockets, where he went up against probably the biggest juggernaut in the past 30 years, and his times with the Phoenix Suns, where bad luck just absolutely crushed those teams for like a 3-year span with injuries and random suspensions. D'Antoni is just a product of like bad luck and not, his most successful teams. And that's just how it goes, right? But I think D'Antoni should be a coach in the league. I think that's what's happening. But I love this group too. Everyone's juiced in this Raptor squad. Even when we're winning or losing, it's just a fun team to watch. Not Nancy's in here saying Kawhi traveled during that Game 7. You know what he also did? He also hit a shot that is going to be remembered through centuries, through millennia. And you know what? Those crying emojis will last forever too. Throw some crying emojis in there for the old Sixers fans. But it's some good jokes. William Chan's out here saying, I'm okay if Scottie doesn't reach 20 points this season, as long as his defense is elite. And I'm more encouraged by the way Scottie Barnes is just playing off of people, because tonight, 6 of 11 from the field. He's been efficient. I'd like to see the 3-point shot improve. I think that's the next step for Scottie Barnes. But man, as long as he keeps getting those Scottie Barnes awards, that's what we love to see there. That's what we love to see on that front. If we trade OG, Trent, and picks for KD, we could finally unlock Malachi Flynn potential and turn him into the Walmart Curry. That's Walmart Curry. That's one of my favorite Malachi Flynn nicknames. Delano Banton would still probably be getting the minutes over him to keep the defense up and stuff. But yeah, that's some interesting stuff. Definitely check out that video though. But let's see where we're at in terms of subs. Let's see what people are where we're ranking. 948. I don't know if we'll be able to get there in this video, but we're almost there. If you've been watching the vid, and whether you're a Sixers fan or Raptors fan, appreciate subscribe to the channel. It helps us out big time. But those of vids of Sixers fans' reaction to that travel will live forever. That's a big moment in human history, Canadian history, world history. Probably the craziest shots of all time. Just some big moments. Some big moments. Who couldn't love the Raptors? But the Wish Curry, as William Chan is bringing up, Malachi Flynn is the Wish Curry. I'd like to see him get an opportunity. I'd like to see him get 4 or 5 games of just run, see what Nick Nurse can do with him, and see what ends up happening. Especially before Otto Porter Jr. comes back in the lineup, and he's really going to be put in the Nick nursery, right? That's what's happened with Malachi Flynn. But how can we salvage Walmart Curry? Just play him a few games, man. Just give him some run, give him some opportunity. That's what we want to see, right? That's what we want to see happen. ID is saying, who does Otto Porter play over this current rotation? I'm thinking Birch while trimming some minutes from the starters. Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some minutes cut back, because even tonight was a more reasonable game with the exception of Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, both playing at their top of the league minutes per game. I think we definitely see some minutes cut back from 2 of those guys, but I think Delano Banton. Kem Birch really only came in tonight because Koloko and OG were getting into some foul trouble. We need another guy to throw to Embiid, another body. I think that's why Birch is back in the rotation here tonight. I'm pretty shocked that Thaddeus Young hasn't been getting any run whatsoever as well. Gave him $8 million this offseason, and he looked pretty well. He looked pretty strong in his performances during the preseason and stuff. Surprised that Thaddeus Young isn't getting much run for this squad. But yeah, Otto Porter Jr. is definitely going to be playing. He's definitely going to have a serious impact. And I don't know if I talked about it enough in this video, but having a bench you can actually rely upon, a bench that you can look at and say, hey, that's lovely. We can count on Chris Boucher. We can count on Precious Achua. right? We can count on Christian Koloko to get us some defense, to block some shots, right? That's what we love to see. That's what we love to see out there. And with Otto Porter Jr., who's probably going to be our most steady player. I might be jinxing him saying this on every podcast, but just a steady guy to come in, get you buckets, play defense, slash the rim, do everything out there on the court. He's kind of a jack of all trades. It's going to be a huge plus for this squad. A huge plus. So that's what's happening. But yeah, no Thaddeus today. Y'all even took that from us. We're taking everything from the Sixers, including their mental health. We're just stealing that with all these W's, and we're gonna come back on Friday and get another dub. But we got this stuff happening, man. I have not only to add to the elation of a big win against Philadelphia, but we got Sixers fans reminding me of that shot from Kawhi Leonard. That just makes me extremely happy. Love to see it. We got Scooby-Doo in the chat. I was wondering where you were, Scooby-Doo. Appreciate you popping in. But a big W win. The auto. Whoa. Tom M. Coming in. Getting maybe a spicy. I need a spicy Pele chat. The MV Pele. The spicy huge. I'm not making puns at 12:30 at night Newfoundland time, but the automatic. That might have to be an animation out here on the channel, so you love seeing that. Longboy Nation, love that pay it, Max. We got the Longboy Nation here on the Raptor squad. Getting that length, got a bit of strength out there from our squad. Guys balling out. But Will's saying those other guys will see more run once our schedule lightens up a bit, and that's true. We need to win these games against the guys that the teams we're gonna be competing against in the playoff standings. Now, it does look like the Philadelphia 76ers might be tanking for Victor Wembanyama at this point, but just in case they actually turn things around, it's nice to get a few wins against them. So I do agree with that there, William Chan. And obviously, you can't expect full health from a squad the entire season, so it's good to have guys in your deep bench. But I'm out. See y'all bums in the next few days. Appreciate you dropping. I always like fans of the other teams popping in. Makes the banter more fun. But Haroon saying Siakam over Embiid. This season, you can't call Pascal Siakam. Obviously, that might be a meme take last season. Pascal has played better than Joel Embiid in the first 5 games of the year. I don't know if that's debatable. The way he's facilitating, the way he's defending around the perimeter and help side and stuff, Siakam has been better than Embiid in the first 5 games. Is it sustainable? Is Embiid out of shape and not bouncing back? Those are all things that can be debated. But I think it's a legitimate take to say Pascal Siakam has been better than Embiid. That's what's happening, right? That's what's working there. But KFC or Popeyes? KFC, we don't have Popeyes in Newfoundland, so I can't speak to it. Mary Brown's, baby. Rep some Newfoundland. But KD, not the same KD, so he'll not be worth what we have to give up. We would end up eating that contract. I don't know if he'd be a contract we'd be eating up, but I see where you're coming from, James. I'm not adamantly disagreeing with your point. But KR is saying that my dream is to see Embiid, a team of Embiid, Siakam, and OG. Embiid on this squad would be remarkably fun. And I don't think Siakam hit Embiid in the face once again tonight, which is hilarious. You love seeing that. But Embiid on this team would be amazing. And honestly, if the Sixers continue to suck, man, a couple seasons, maybe demands a trade. Love to see him bring in here. And yeah, appreciate the love, Andrew. All we need is a couple big men that can defend, then we're straight. Christian Koloko, man. Christian Koloko, Ken Burch, give us some spot minutes, baby, off that bench. Could be happening. But Popeyes or Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A, I've had it in limited doses, but definitely probably going that route. But who comes back first? Otto versus Striker? Don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. But the Sixers don't have their picks this year. The Nets have it, and for as much as I dislike the Sixers, I just hate the Nets as a franchise. And it sucks because their coach is Steve Nash. Their owner is Canadian, or has Canadian part owners Canadian stuff. I'd like to rep the Nets, but just for everything they've done for me, the trauma they caused me in my childhood, I can't support the Nets. So the fact that they might get Victor Wembanyama, the way the Sixers are tanking, can't handle it. Hopefully the Nets trade that pick for some scrubs. That's my take. Maybe they traded the Jazz. I don't really know what's going on that front. The chat's wilding out here. Embiid is burnt out, wants to leave Philly. Bring him in here. but I missed a few chats. I apologize for that. But Pascal, possibly top 10 after 5 games. Definitely top 10. Like, definitely, you probably put him top 5. Just surely only exclusively off the sample size of the first 5 games. Dame's been really good. Luka's been really good. Jokic hasn't been at that level at the first 5 games. Obviously, he's going to bounce back. Giannis, same sort of story. He's been solid. I don't know. I don't have my top 5 list off the top of my head. But big W for sure, Turtle T, without a doubt. Ben, what do you think of 2K? I was nice at 2K14. That was my game. That was my juice. I'd crush anyone. My 14-year-old me would crush anyone in that game. I think I was undefeated and road to the playoffs that year. I was the zigzag cheese. I was great at. I got 2K20. I haven't got any of the new ones. I'm too busy, folks. Too busy. Playing PS4. It's a full-time job, and then managing all these digest channels. It gets hectic. So I don't play many video games anymore. But Turtle T saying, what, no Popeyes in Newfoundland? No Popeyes, man. Just got a Five Guys this summer, though, so that was pretty cool. But Embiid, fun fact on Five Guys. When I went to Montreal, because I moved to Montreal for uni, Five Guys down the road, I was like, oh, man, Five Guys, I can go here. This is crazy, right? Had it like the first 3 weeks, I had it like 3 times. Didn't eat it again until like 4th year. It's absolutely ruins the spot. And Flashback Jack is saying, you don't sound like you're from Newfoundland, man. I breaks it out sometimes, but the accent comes out, especially when I'm a little bit hyped when I start talking to guys around the way. But, you know, just how it goes at times. Just how it goes when I'm talking in the YouTube voice. It doesn't pop out. Turn my mic up. Apologize, my mic is down low. I'll turn that up a little bit. Make sure the audio's too bad. But Embiid and Koloko, that'd be fun to see. But, we got super chats. I'm missing in. Oh my God, I was way up here. My chat wasn't moving, but Turtle T coming in, extending the channel membership. Raps winning the division. Great game. Big W for to the Raptors Digest. Shout out Turtle T, man. Re-upping the channel membership. Appreciate you as always. Legend in the chats. Obviously our channel members, you know, join the Raptors Digest channel members. You get your name down below. Get some crying Embiid emojis you get to throw into the chat and all that sort of stuff. But my bad. I skipped over. I'm gonna keep it live so the chat keeps moving. I don't ramble on too much. But Blue Week saying Ben is building an empire. That is true. It's the goal, baby. That's the goal. Mo is saying I'm from Grand Falls, Newfoundland. Eh? Love that. What do you got, bud? I love the squads out here. You know, I get recognized every now and then too around Newfoundland, which is crazy. When I go to Toronto, I get it a little bit more, but Newfoundland less so. Obviously, known as big of. I don't even know. We're focused on the YouTube side, but if you guys, I might as well plug that here. I don't know what our subs. Let's see if we can get that sub count out. We're at 25,949 subs. Let's see if we can break 950 subs on this one. We're 51 subs away from 26,000 subscribers, but reach out to my. I am trash at responding on the Raptors Digest Instagram. I'm gonna get better at that. But reach out to me at BenRogers_1 if you know anyone that wants to cover any teams, especially NBA teams or hockey teams in general. Habs Digest, Leaf Digest, been killing it for the NHL. Blue Jays Digest, they've been going nuclear even though it's the off season, right? We have Courtside Digest obviously over there with myself and Marcel. Got if you know anyone, Calgary Flames, Vancouver Canucks, people, Ottawa Senators, for those are like Canadian teams. I know most of our audience is from Canada, or people that can cover the Celtics, the Bucks. Well, we have a couple things in the works. Miami Heat, we have a creator potentially in for that. So if you guys know what's happening, we got Habs Digest in the chat right now. Wow, all the Digest accounts in here right now. Love to see it. Jays Digest, Habs Digest. I'm giving all the shout outs while I'm doing my rants. Definitely check out their channels, but let us know if you guys know anyone that's going to be a creator out there. But Predator Kingdom saying, Ben, you're going to be able to sell Raptors Digest for $1 billion one day. Be out here like Mr. Beast, baby. Get that stuff rocking, but I do it for the love. I don't do it for the money. We did this without getting paid for like a very long time, but love the growing of channels and just having people out here. But Flynn Thibault, Lakers, Troy Brown, is that a true trade? ID. That's not a bad trade idea. What would we be getting in that? A couple second rounders. I don't know if I'm giving up Kem Birch. I think he's a nice insurance big man and stuff. But what about Riker? Where is he explained? I don't know where Riker is, folks. Just don't know where he's to. He's he reached out, he responded, but he's just on a break. He's like just chilling and vibing. He's all good though. He's all good. Riker and I are still very tight. But go Habs go. Jace Digest, go Habs go. You're a Toronto account, Blue Jays Digest. What are you doing? But wow, all the Digests love that. But blow up Digest and expand and sell it for $1 billion 10 to 20 years. Love that. Hey, Jays Digest, fans love it. Lions Digest, yes sir. If you donate $500, you get a free membership. Hey, that's, I don't know if YouTube, I don't know if I can grant free memberships, but if you donate $500, I'll do that, baby. I'll do that. And we got Turtle coming in the super chat saying, you guys come into Toronto for a game, let's do it. And honestly, I have to do that. I have tickets I have to use actually for so we're currently still with the NBA, which has been a mess, so that's what's happening. But has to be Peter, not Nick, on the ACC right now. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what's happening. Habs Digest is there in the chat. Rogers Digest popping off, just a digest on the Rogers family household. Get that popping out here. Where's my Discord link? Want to join? We have a Digest Media Discord link as well. 300 people in the chat. If you guys want to check that out, that would mean the world to me. But we got 51 subs. I appreciate everyone that's subscribing to the channel. Yeah, we gotta actually, Josh. We gotta get the Josh Goss and the Habs Digest. We gotta get that Discord popping. But definitely check out their channel. This just in: the Lakers trade Russell Westbrook and their 2 first-round picks for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Is this true? Let me know if this is a true Woj bomb or if it's a fake news Woj bomb from Scooby-Doo. There's Scooby-Doo be dropping some fake Woj bombs at times. Right, he's capping. But Koloko over Turner. I definitely think in a few years that's legitimate take. Not yet. Turner is still a good shooter and stuff. Come back from injury and stuff. Great shot blocker, but that's what's happening. But I'm subscribed to Habs Digest. Shout out Turtle T. I'm trying to get Scottie in here. He is live. Hey, that would be if we get Scottie Barnes in here on this chat, that would be, I would give him live a Scottie Barnes award. Tell spam, open up a new tab, spam Scottie Barnes' Twitch and say he's getting the Scottie Barnes award on the Raptors Digest. that would be sweet. Oh, also, yeah, Ryan's bringing it up. I missed this in our analysis and our takes, but Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, coming in. Woo! All right, coming into a Raptors Sixers game randomly. I know he's they in New Orleans, I believe. They use his woo sound on the Jumbotron. That's like his team, but he's pulling up to Toronto, man, and living life. Shout out to Ric Flair. Like I always like the WWE references and stuff. Get that stuff going. But who's going to the Scottie Barnes event tomorrow? I would if I could go to Toronto and stuff. But let's see. Koloko will be knocking down 3 soon. He's been knocking down preseason and stuff, so that's what we love to see. People here last year wanted to trade Siakam for Turner straight up. Yeah, people were crazy. I think I was the only one on Raptors land that didn't want to trade Siakam for garbage. I was getting hate for that. People were coming at my neck for wanting to keep Siakam and getting him rocking. So I don't know what's happening on that front, but it is what it is. But Scottie Barnes live stream just started. Woo! Love that. Oh, yes, they did. Who's coming to Bole? Don't know what that is, but try and get him here. Appreciate you, KR. Doing the Lord's work. But the Raptors was just dancing with Ric Flair. Gotta get out there and dance. Let's get that going. But did Masai Ujiri really get fined? Yes, Masai Ujiri really got fined. I'm going to do a news video on that tomorrow. But apparently he raided an official or something. So, Masai Ujiri out here working the refs, and he probably did it preliminarily. He knew we were going up against the foul baiters and the unethical 30-point pieces of Joel Embiid and James Harden. So he said, referees, I'm yelling at you now, so we get it before we get some calls before our games against the Sixers. That's what he was doing. But let's all raid Scottie and shout out Raptors Digest. I appreciate the love from the channel. But let's be real. You and Marcel were on the hater raid about Siakam. Me, Turtle, you can go back. The receipts are there. I've put out thousands of hours of content, probably tens of thousands of hours of content on YouTube. You will not see a point where you'll see one video where I was really just broken by Siakam, but at that point I didn't say trade him. I didn't say, you can look back the tapes and stuff. And maybe the young socialite, there might have been a take there, but then I quickly rescinded on that. But, you know, that was when Ben Simmons was an up-and-coming all NBA guy. But that entire season, man, I was getting major backlash for supporting Pascal Siakam. That's all I remember. That's what's happening. But Siakam's going to be good. Couldn't agree more. I was getting roasted defending Siakam as well, Jerome. Yeah, it's being called a casual for wanting to keep Siakam. Yeah, it's what's happening. Josh wanted Siakam. Yeah, Josh wanted Siakam dead. Josh wanted Siakam completely cut from the roster. But Riker thought he couldn't play defense. Yeah, I was on there. Too many people were supporting that side of that debate, too, that Siakam was a bad defender. Like, where were these takes coming from, man? They were... I don't know. Don't put me back into some weird headspace during tanking seasons and all that sort of stuff. But let's start a GoFundMe. Love that. You get a freebie for Simmons. Yeah, that one. The young socialite takes aged poorly, but I still think Simmons could be good. Call me crazy, roast me, and all that sort of stuff, but I still think Ben Simmons is like an eye basketball player. Like, he's like a good basketball player. He's been bad to start off the season for the Nets, particularly in fouls and all that sort of stuff. But I think Simmons is still a good player at basketball. But Habs Digest saying, is Siakam on the path to being the GOAT? I think he is. That's a hot take in their Habs Digest. It's not impossible, though. He's got a championship. And he was a key piece to that championship roster, right? He was on par with the importance of Kyle Lowry on that team. It was the current Raptors GOAT. Like, Kawhi was 1, Siakam was 2A, Lowry's 2B, Lowry 2A, Siakam 2B. You can debate it. He is continuing to get all-NBA appearances. 2A is better than guys like DeMar and Lowry. Even though Lowry's a good defender, but just like the length of Siakam's there. Maybe that's a hot take. I'd have to think about that one. If he plays like this for the next 5 seasons, he might be the best. He might win us a few championships. If he gets us another championship, without a doubt. But that's an interesting take. I didn't know what's happening there. Ben, I didn't take you for a smoker? Yeah, that's I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes either. But I'm not smoking on my take with Ben Simmons. I think he's an all right player. I think he's good. Ben got to get away from these popular boy teams like the Sixers and Nets. Couldn't agree more. Just needs to sort of get on a roster. Like Kyle Kuzma, man. I know he's better than Kyle Kuzma, but Kuzma left the Lakers and has quietly just been an absolute beast for Washington. That's what's happening. But Ben, we see you buying shoes from Payless. You can't hide. I'm about to record you buying shoes from Payless. I got these from Payless. Some Kobe 9s out here from Payless. I've kept these shoes up here now. Actually, I get it as like a tax write-off too if I buy shoes, not because I throw them in the back of the videos. The rose golds, you get these at Payless, folks? What are you talking about, boys? What are you talking about, Scooby-Doo? You're out here wilding, roasting the shoe game. I was a big sneakerhead back in the day, but not too much anymore. But where are we at with subs? I'm just out here chilling in the chat with you guys. We got 952. Appreciate that sub count going up, but folks, our goal is 26,000 subscribers tonight. We're still 48 away. We got 327 people in that chat, and I guarantee at least 48 of them haven't been subscribed. So if you're not subscribed and you're in this chat right now, warm my heart and subscribe. It'll help me out big time. And everyone, we're at it. But you're at 60K. That's what's happening. Ben get waves. I don't look good with really cut short here on the side. But hot take, there's no guarantee that Barnes will eventually be better than Siakam. Definitely, Siakam's really good, man. It's really, really tough to become an all-NBA guy. Now, I think Scottie has that potential without a doubt, but it wouldn't be a bad career if he doesn't play that level. But Habside just saying if he makes an all-NBA this year and say does for 2 more times, plays another 5 years in Toronto, gets some more all-star appearances, could be possible. But Turtle's saying Kalo's the GOAT. Gordon's saying that with Embiid and Maxey on the bench, the Raptors toyed with Beard and the Sixers when they were on the floor. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. The Raptors were absolutely dominant in this one. That's what we love to see. But Color's saying we're at 26K. Is my phone app not working? Is that what's happening? It's 54 subs. I don't know. Get a little sub spike going. Forget the like spike. Let's get the sub spike cooking. I'd appreciate that back. You can see I won't throw all the channel data up on there, but it says we're at 29,954 subs. So we can get those numbers up. I'd greatly appreciate it. But SX or Ghost, smoke all you want. Hey, I'm not hating on it. I just say I don't do it. My feel like, you know, the YouTube probably would help the YouTube voice, honestly. Get the deep talk as I'm out here on the pods in 10 years. Might be a play. But the only thing is we're roasting is your takes. That's fair. But anyone play 2K23 on Xbox Series X? I don't, but love to connect people playing some Xbox. Join the Discord, ask some people out. But Ben Simmons at the end of the game had 4 big points. Yeah, Ben Simmons is good, man. He's a good player. Blue Week getting the sub spike going. But do you think we could win 12 games in a row from now? Like, this team is capable of running them off. But in today's NBA, especially with 3-point shots, if you get your cold one night, you're hot one night, it's tough to go on those long win streaks. But I wouldn't be shocked. Jays Digest out here, Blue Jays Digest saying, Pascal Siakam. My pronouns are he, not him, because I'll never be him. Because Pascal Siakam is him. It's the only way to put it, folks. It's the only way to put it for Pascal Siakam there on that front. Definitely a big dub, but who's worse, Simmons or Westbrook? Like, I think at this point in their career, it's definitely Westbrook. I think there's any way of debating it, any other way to put it. Just turns out, they both turn over the ball. They're both inefficient shooters, but Ben Simmons plays defense. So, plays elite defense, I might add. So, I'm out here defending Ben Simmons, but I just think he's, like, not utter garbage. Like, I still think he's, like, a good player. But don't ever change the hello everybody at the start of all your videos. I'm always throwing the hello everybody. Little YouTube nerdiness though. You lose retention when you sort of have like intros and all that. So we made the intro shorter this season and all that sort of stuff. But keeping the hello everybody. It's a staple. It wouldn't feel right starting off a video doing that stuff. I do my work presentations too. Like I'm presenting some code for my company in front of a bunch of bankers. And then I'm like, hello everybody. I'm Ben Rogers, going to discuss what this change of in our application looks like. So yeah, they got me presenting all the stuff. Love that. But also, let's keep that sub spike going. I'll give it one more big plug. See if we can get a massive wave of subs to reach that 26,000. We're 45 subscribers away. 314 people in here. Let's see if we can get that, hit that mark, hit that number. Maybe even people watching later on. If you hit that sub button, it would mean the world to me. But y'all remember Terrence Davis scoring streak? That guy was good, man. It's a shame the off the court issues became an issue, but Terrence Davis, he has potential to be really good in this league. Neither one between Simmons nor Westbrook can consistently shoot from 15 out. Couldn't agree more. It's not the shooting I'm raving about Ben Simmons. Just he's an overall solid player. But for how much the Nets give up to get Ben, they're expecting a bit more. I'm definitely not saying it was a good trade for the Brooklyn Nets to acquire Ben Simmons. And that's part of the reason his value as a player has been a bit distorted in my opinion. But that's James Harden. They got picks back too though. So sorry, they got Seth Curry, who I think is an underrated guy. One dude on the Nets I'd love to have on this roster is Seth Curry. I think if we added him to our current group of players, where my hot take this season is top 3 seed, I'd say number 1 seed if we had Seth Curry and healthy. But Carson, who's better at basketball, Ben or Riker? Riker's bigger than me, so we're both pretty savage on defense. We're both pretty aggressive and stuff, but I'm a nice passer. Got Habs Digest in here saying Ben is a hooper. Appreciate it. We play on the same team, but I like to facilitate. I get my game going, throw some no looks and stuff. Habs Digest, an elite knockdown shooter, and his clamps in the post as well. We got the Team Newfoundland, Jays Digest, Habs Digest, Raptors Digest, and Jays Digest. All plays work together on men's league in Newfoundland, so I might have to film a vid, get that stuff happening. But Turtle T is out here shouting out my mixtape. And search up Ben Rogers high school mixtape if you're interested in seeing how I play. That's That's out there. I always be plugging my mixtape. Always getting those out there. But I'm a no look passer. I'm a no look passer, 3-point shooter. I play defense. Try to be quick. Try to do my thing out there. But Gordon saying Gary Trent Jr. and Siakam were lights out, but you know that the Sixers are going to be ready on Friday. Yeah, they're going to come back looking for blood, but we're the Toronto Raptors, baby. We're not losing to no Philadelphia squads. But James Welsh is saying that TD sucked. He always turned the ball over. He did turn the ball over. I thought his rookie year he was good. He knocked down threes. He was like a momentum changer off the bench. A locked-in Terrence Davis on this roster would kind of be what we need on this team, I feel like. But don't say the I word. What did I say? What's the I word? I don't know what. I hope I didn't let swear out here slip. My bad out there. But let me know what that is. But what is Gary Trent Jr.'s ceiling as a player? Ceiling? If we're talking ceiling, if we're talking a guy that is max potential, I think it could be a dude like Bradley Beal. I think that's ceiling. Like, that's where he could get to. Bradley Beal with more defense. He's a better defender than Bradley Beal, but he'd have to improve. One thing that I'd love to see from Gary Trent Jr. is when he gets those isolations, become a little bit of a better passer, more willing passer. You know, one of those guys. I know our scores, we want them to be locked in, knocked down to some shots. Oh, injury. Okay. Glad I didn't drop in any wild. I always got to be careful. I'm trying to be on YouTube. Try to be professional out here for the Digest brand. But Bradley Beal with defense. That's a ceiling of Gary Trent Jr. agent. But we'll see where he ends up. But would you want Valanciunas back? Yeah, I spelled his name wrong. Wouldn't mind JV back on the squad. Love that dude. Why want him starting? No, but as just a big man that can come in, clear out the lanes, throw him up against Joel Embiid. I know he's not the greatest defender, but get us some easy buckets on the offensive end. You know I love me a bit of Jonas Valanciunas, or whatever Charles Barkley used to call him. But LeBron James killed a lot of people's careers. Westbrook is going to be another casualty. Yeah, we saw it as Raptors fans. Killed a lot of our souls as well. But got to come to Toronto for some runs. That is definitely true. Next time I'm up there, we got to get another one of those pickup games going. Got to come in the summer. That's where I'm struggling at. I got to make my way up there this summer. But I love the crying emojis from Paul Blunt. They're keeping me happy. They're keeping me in a good mood. But I never saw them beat Airplane this time. You were at the Rogers household. You would have seen myself and my mother running around our basement with the Airplane emojis roasting the stew as we were cooking. So that's what's happening. And Anwar saying, why is Scottie off to a slow start? Does sings of sophomore slump, dud year? I don't know if it's a dud year. I think he's just not asked to be much of a scoring, have a serious scoring role. I think it will happen more as the season goes along. He's more comfortable in his role, more comfortable in his jump shot. But this is shout out Scottie Barnes. That's what I think he's playing well. I don't want anything more from Toronto, from Scottie Barnes. But you wish you had him for fantasy, getting all those rebounds. Embiid or who? Siakam? I don't know what's happening. But Brandon Ingram would fit perfectly with us. He'd be a cool fit. Plays defense, has long arms. Injury concerns are a thing with him, but I like Brandon Ingram. Why be better? What? For rapping? I don't know what's happening. I'm missing that. I miss him. Oh, Ben can rap way better than Lil Durk. Hey, don't be creeping my old SoundCloud. Roger Dat on SoundCloud, baby. For 13-year-old me be dropping bars. You know? Plugging my hoop mixtape, plugging my ball mixtape. My hoop mixtape, my rap mixtapes. We out here cooking. But if JV is back on the squad, he's not on the bench. He's on the bench. I don't want him starting on the lineup. That's just my take. But instead of going to Toronto, just get all the Digest fans to come to Newfoundland. Easy. You know, build an empire out here in Newfoundland, baby. Pull up. Pull up against the Ringers. We'll take on the Raptors. Ringers versus Raptors. We'd be cooking. We were D2 champs this year. Division 2 champions. You're not handling me Josh Goss getting those rebounds, outletting it to me throwing it full court to Nick Goss of the Jays Digest. Habs Digest getting the rebound, outletting it to Raptors Digest, throwing it full court to Jays Digest, fishing in those lanes. That's what's happening. But okay, I just caught up in the chat. Ben got bars? Definitely don't have bars. I used to watch all those freestyle raps and thought I was cool just rapping at chicks and, you know, 12 years old. I love to see that, but you know, it all depends on what Washington want for Beal, right? Yeah, it's the growth. I don't think we'd actually trade for Beal, but I think Gary Sealing is Klay Thompson type of player. Yeah, it's not bad. He's more of a dribble, like a all-around dribbler and stuff. Like, he kind of gets his game going on that front. But turn up your mic. Apologize that the audio is quieter in this one, but let's hear. I'm not rapping on this podcast, but am I the only one who thinks Malachi's potential is crazy? I definitely want to see him run. I want to see him have an opportunity. That's what's happening. Like, I think that needs to occur. But this guy's mixtape actually goes hard though. Hoop mixtape or I don't know, rap mixtape or hoop mixtape. My rap stuff that I did at 14 years old was not elite. But Scottie's raw skill needs time. You fools need to stop expecting him to be the best right away. Completely agree. We knew he's a developing project. The things he's doing right now at an elite level already make him a top guy on this Raptors squad. Just let him grow into his role. We have guys that can fill those lead spots. But Jay's Digest sitting at half during the last 10 seconds of possession. Love to see it. Get that stuff rocking. Raptors trade for David Johnson for Shea. Let's make it happen, Haroon. Let's make that encouraging. But how old is Ben? I'm 22 years old. So out here living life. 22 years old. About time's coming in saying I gotta turn up the mic. I'm trying to, I don't know what's going on with my mic. A couple people have said that in this video. Can't do that on here live without really making it weird for us. But, you know, Ben, what's your vertical? That is something I'm less proud of. My vertical used to be all right. I used to be able to get the rim. And, you know, at 5'7", I was really proud of being able to grab the rim. But tore the old ACL, lateral meniscus, and medial meniscus. I don't think I have worked leg day ever since. Except for physio and rehab. I just run for my legs, so I don't jump anymore. But, Ben, serious question. Who is a serious trade target for us? Lou, that's a very good question. And while it's talked about so much, while it's discussed, why it's been brought up so many times in the past, Miles Turner, I feel like, is a guy that will just end up on the Raptors at some point. I just feel like it's going to occur. He's long, he's athletic, and he spaces the floor. I feel like we wouldn't be rumored for him every single year if it wasn't going to actually go down. I feel like we'd be a team that ends up sneaking in and acquiring him at this year's trade deadline. Calling me, I think that's a safe pick, a serious trade target. Like the bigs, Jakob Poeltl and those dudes, but maybe KD. And I actually, made a whole video on that. Before this, definitely check out that video. I'm interested to see how it performs after I post an hour and 13-minute long live stream. Wow. We out here rocking. I appreciate everyone that's in this chat. I'll give one final subscriber check. We're at 956. 44 subs away. 44 subs away, folks. I don't know if we're going to get it. 300 people still in the chat. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Helps us out big time. But you guys are the best for making out this far. Check out the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter. Just subscribe. That's my only call to action in this video. And check out Jay's Digest and Habs Digest and Leafs Digest and Courtside Digest. All the digest brands. And hit me up. Hit me up. I'll keep plugging on the podcast. BenRogers_1. If, you guys are interested in, that's the messages I'm effective. I'm constantly checking. But you know people that want to apply and start up some channels about some different teams. I wanna hear from you guys. But shout out Scooby-Doo for being subbed. I appreciate it. Ben is a Fortnite kid. I'm the worst Fortnite player of all time. So I go on there now and this is a free game, right? I haven't played them since they started doing those weird portal things. I feel really old. Like this is the person I said I'd never become, but I just know nothing about video game culture anymore. I'm trash at Fortnite. I'm going to bed. You guys are the best. I'm signing off. Cheers.